There are 7 things that show up in you when you're around people, and the first thought that hits your mind is something's wrong with me. But if you find even 3 of them in yourself, the problem probably isn't you. The problem is the size of the room you're trying to fit into. I don't want to talk about grades or IQ scores. I want to talk about something simpler and something far more painful. That constant feeling that everyone else is connecting and you're one step behind. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Most of the time, that gap isn't a flaw, it's a speed. A mind that runs faster than the environment around it will naturally get stuck in places slower minds glide right through. Stay until the end. Number 7 is the one nobody has the guts to say out loud. Red flag 1. In shallow conversation, your energy hits zero. The average person can talk for hours about the weather, football, or traffic and actually gain energy from it. But you, after 10 minutes of small talk, feel your battery draining instead of charging. This isn't a personality quirk, it's a processing limit. Psychologists call this pattern saturation. When your mind has already predicted where a conversation is going, continuing it feels like reading a book you've already finished. For everyone else, it's new. For you, it's a rerun. That exhaustion isn't social weakness. It's the signature of a mind that's always several steps ahead of the conversation. Red flag 2. You disagree with someone but say nothing. Not out of fear, out of calculation. Most people speak the moment they disagree, but you run an invisible calculation first. Is this person actually ready to hear it? Is this argument worth the energy it costs? Will the outcome even change anything? And most of the time, the answer is no. So you stay quiet, and people assume you either agree or you're shy. But the truth is, you're solving a social equation most people don't even know exists. This is called discourse cost management. Your silence isn't passivity, it's a choice. Red flag 3. After being around people, you need real recovery, not just a sleep. For most people, hanging out with friends recharges them. For you, even the best party is a kind of hard labor because you're not just hearing words. You're simultaneously processing subtext, tone, the gap between what people say and how they act, and the emotions they're hiding underneath. This mental load is called social overclocking, where your brain analyzes multiple layers of data at once, while everyone else is only listening to one. Your exhaustion after socializing isn't a sign of introversion. It's a sign your brain just did the work of 3 people. Red flag 4. People tell you overthink when really you're just seeing the full picture. A simple decision like picking a job or replying to a text is a single choice for most people. For you, it's a simulation. You run multiple scenarios all the way to their conclusions, weigh the consequences, and only then decide. Everyone else calls it anxiety or obsession, but the actual term is multiple path simulation, and it's the exact process behind every major strategic decision in history. You don't overthink, you just see things that everyone else figures out later when it's already too late. Red flag 5. You can't simplify your own thoughts, and that's exactly why people think you're complicated. A thought in your head is like a compressed file packed with layers. When you try to unpack it and explain it, you either need 30 minutes or you have to dumb it down until it's no longer even the same thought. That frustrating feeling has a name: conceptual compression loss. It's not your fault that language can't keep up with your mind's speed. The problem is that no language is fast enough for certain minds. Red flag 6. In a room full of people who agree with you instantly, you still feel alone. This is the strangest feeling nobody talks about. Sometimes everyone agrees with you. Everyone notes, everyone says you're right, but you still feel like no one is actually with you because you already worked through that argument, already thought 3 layers past it, and now you're just waiting for everyone else to catch up. That loneliness doesn't come from conflict, it comes from a gap in speed. Their quick agreement doesn't comfort you, it just reminds you how far ahead you are. Red flag 7, and this is the one nobody has the guts to say. You'd rather be misunderstood than shrink yourself down to be understood. A lot of intelligent people learn to simplify their words, dilute their opinions, just to fit into the room. But some part of you refuse that trait. You'd rather stay alone with a complete thought than be liked as a half version of yourself. Psychologists call this resistance to cognitive conformity, and it's exactly what keeps rare minds rare. Because not fitting in is sometimes the price you pay for staying real. Here's the actual truth. The 7 red flags don't prove you're better than everyone else. They prove you're living at a different speed inside a world built for a different one. Not fitting in isn't damage. It's evidence that you haven't shrunk yourself down to fit into a space that was never built for you. So if even 3 of these feel like someone describing you back to yourself, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern, and patterns always mean something. If you've stayed with me this far, let me be honest about something. I made this video for someone who's always had a small quiet part of them wondering, why am I like this? For someone who's tired of explaining their own mind to people who never had the patience to understand it. If even for one moment today you feel like someone finally gets you, then I've done what I set out to do. You don't have to shrink yourself down to fit in. You just have to wait until you find the space that's actually your size. And maybe this video was one small step toward that. If these words brought you even a little peace, if you felt a little less alone today, please share this video with someone you think needs it. That one person might need these exact words right now, more than you know. And if you want to hear more of this, if you want to keep company with a mind that thinks the way you do, all you have to do is hit subscribe. I'm here every week with a new story for the minds that don't get heard anywhere else. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for staying until the end. I'll see you in the next one.